Welcome back to the deep dive. We are really happy you are here with us today.
Yes, we are. Welcome, everyone.
Whether you are listening on your way to work or maybe you are just washing the dishes at home, we are glad to be part of your day.
And today is actually going to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
It is going to be very special because usually on this show, we talk about really big, complex ideas.
Right.
We look at difficult things like technology or history. But today, our mission is different. Our sources today are all about one thing: simplicity.
Exactly. We are looking at a guide for beginners. We are looking at how to speak English simply, clearly, and confidently. Specifically, we are going to look at one major topic today, talking about your job.
Which is such an important topic. I mean, think about it. When you meet new people, what is the first thing they ask you after your name?
Right. They ask about your life.
Yeah, they ask about your job. It happens every single day.
It really does. It is the universal icebreaker. But looking at our style guide here, the tone today is warm. It is supportive. So if you are listening right now and you feel nervous about speaking English, please relax.
Yeah, don't worry at all. Today is about no pressure. That is what our source explicitly says. We want you to feel safe.
Absolutely.
Learning a language can be scary. It can feel like a test sometimes. But today is not a test. It is easy.
I really love that approach. It is easy. So here is our promise to you for this deep dive.
Okay.
By the end of our time today, you will be able to answer questions about your job.
Yes.
You will know what to say, and you will not need a dictionary.
You will know how to say what you do. You will know how to say where you work. And you will know how to say if you like it.
And we will use very simple sentences. Short words, one idea at a time. So are you ready to get started?
I am ready. Let's start.
Okay, let's unpack this. We need to start with the building blocks, the words themselves.
Right.
Our vocabulary source highlights two very important words right at the beginning. They look similar, and sometimes people think they mean the same thing, but they are actually different.
Yes, this is a very classic stumbling block for learners.
Yeah.
The two words are job and work.
Job and work. Yeah, I hear people mix these up all the time, even people who've studied English for a long time. So what is the real difference here?
Well, it helps to look at the definition. Let's look at job first. J-O-B.
Okay.
A job is a noun. It is a specific role. It is the title you hold. Basically, it is what you do to make money.
Okay, so it is the label, it is the specific thing you apply for.
Yes, exactly. Think of it as a box you fit into. The example in our source is, I have a new job.
I have a new job.
Right? You have one job. It is a countable thing.
I have a new job. That is very clear. You possess it. Now, what about work?
So work is more general. Work is the activity. It is the things you do, or it is the place you go.
The place.
Yes. In English, we often treat work as a destination.
Can you give us an example of that from the source?
Sure. The example is, I go to work. Notice that. You do not say, I go to job.
Right.
That sounds very wrong to a native speaker. You just say, I go to work.
That is a really great tip. I go to work. It sounds much more natural.
It does. Or you can use it as a verb, as an action, like I work every day.
Okay.
You cannot say I job every day. That does not make sense at all.
So job is the name of the position.
Yeah.
And work is the activity or the place.
You got it. And here's a very interesting rule from our sources today. It is called the simplicity rule.
Ooh, I like rules, especially simple ones. What does it say?
It says, use short, common words. Do not use big, difficult words.
Why is that? I feel like sometimes we think we need big words to sound smart, you know?
Yeah, that is a trap. When you use big words, you create distance. When you use simple words, you create connection.
Can you give me an example of a word we should avoid?
Yes. Do not say occupation. That is too long. It sounds like you are filling out a police form.
Right, it's very formal.
Exactly. Just say job.
Job! Nice and short.
And do not say profession. That is also very formal. Just say work.
That makes it so much easier to speak. We do not need to impress anyone. We just want to be understood.
Exactly. Communication is about understanding. So let's practice those two simple sentences again.
Good idea.
I will say them slowly. I want you, the listener, to repeat them out loud.
I will do it too.
I have a new job.
I have a new job.
I go to work.
I go to work.
Perfect. See? It is easy. You are already mastering the basics.
It is easy. Okay, moving on. We have the basic words now. Now we need to handle the big question.
Ah, the big question. This is the question everyone asks at a party or at dinner or when you meet someone new.
The question is, what do you do?
What do you do? It means simply, what is your job?
It is funny, right? We don't ask, what is your job title? We just say, what do you do?
It implies that your action defines you.
Yes, it is a very cultural thing in English-speaking countries. And the answer structure is very, very simple. Our source gives us a strict formula.
A formula helps a lot. What is it?
The formula is, I am a wa, and then you say your job.
I am a boy. Okay. We need some examples to fill in the blank. What does the vocabulary source give us? Let's look at a few common ones. The first one is teacher.
Teacher. That is a very important job.
A teacher is a person who helps students learn.
So if I am a teacher, the sentence is, I am a teacher.
Yes. Simple. Here's another one. Doctor.
Doctor.
A doctor is a person who helps sick people.
I am a doctor.
Very good. Now here's a special pronunciation tip from our expert source. This is a pro tip to make you sound like a native speaker.
Oh, I definitely want to sound natural. What is the tip?
To sound natural, we change the words a little bit when we speak. We use contractions.
Contractions. That means squishing two words together, right?
Yes. Instead of saying I am, which sounds very stiff and robotic, we often say I'm.
It is faster.
It is smoother. It has a nice rhythm. I'm a teacher. I'm a doctor.
That sounds much more like a real conversation. I'm a teacher.
Yeah, it flows better. When you say I am a teacher, it sounds like you are announcing it to a large room. When you say I'm a teacher, you are just chatting.
Let's try a little interactive practice with that. I will ask you the question. You answer using the examples. Ready?
I am ready.
Okay. What do you do?
I'm a teacher.
Nice. Let's try another one. What do you do?
I'm a doctor.
It really is that simple. You do not need a long story. Just, I'm a hood and the job.
Exactly. Short answers are good. They are clear. And they give you confidence.
Okay, so we know what we do, but usually the conversation continues. The next question is usually about where we do it.
Yes. That is the second most common question. Where do you work?
Where do you work? So how do we answer this one?
We need to use prepositions, little words that show location. This is often the hardest part for learners because the rules can be strange.
Prepositions are definitely tricky. At, in, on. Which ones do we focus on today?
The source gives us two main ones, at and in.
At and in. Okay. How do we know which one to use?
Well, often you can use both, and people will understand you just fine. But let's look at the patterns in the source. The structure is, I work at or I work in.
Let's look at the specific places. That will help us use the right words. What vocabulary do we have for places?
First, we have office.
Office.
An office is a place with desks, computers. Many people work in offices.
So what is the correct sentence for that?
The sentence is, I work in an office.
I work in an office. Okay. Notice we say an office because office starts with a vowel sound.
Correct. I work in an office. Now, what is the next place?
Let's see. The next one is company.
Company. A company is a business, like a big organization.
How do we use that in a sentence? Do we say in a company?
You can, but it is actually more common to say I work for a big company. Or you could say, I work at a company.
I work for a big company. That sounds professional. It sounds like you are part of the team.
It does. Now let's go back to our teacher example. Where does the teacher work?
The source says school.
Correct. Usually for institutions like schools or universities, we use at.
So the sentence is,
I work at a school.
I work at a school, and the doctor.
Hospital.
Hospital.
We usually say in. I work in a hospital.
I work in a hospital. I noticed something there. We say an office, but a hospital.
Yes, that is a small grammar point. Hospital starts with a hard H sound, which is a consonant. So we say a hospital.
Let's practice these phrases. Repetition really helps memory. Listen and repeat. In an office.
In an office.
In a hospital.
In a hospital.
At a school.
At a school.
Perfect. Now, there is one more place. It is a very modern place. A lot of our listeners might be doing this right now.
Oh, I think I know this one. Is it my living room?
Yes, exactly. The source mentions work from home.
Ah, yes. Since the pandemic, so many people do this.
The sentence is very simple. I work from home.
Notice the preposition there. It is not at and it is not in. It is from.
I work from home. Why do we use from?
Because you are at home, but you are sending your work out to the world. You are working from that location.
That is very useful to know. So now we can say what we do and where we are, but usually people want a few more details.
Yes. A conversation isn't just one question. They might ask about your time or the people you work with.
Let's talk about time first. Sometimes I work all day. Sometimes only a little bit. What are the words for that?
The source gives us full-time and part-time. These are essential terms.
Okay. Full-time, what does that mean exactly?
Full-time usually means you work all day, 5 days a week, maybe 40 hours a week.
Okay. So if you have a standard, regular job, you use this.
Yes. The sentence is, I work full-time.
I work full-time and part-time.
Part-time means fewer hours. Maybe you work only in the morning, or maybe only 2 days a week.
Got it. I work part-time.
Yes. It is a really good way to describe your schedule without listing every single hour.
Now, what about the people? Who are the people around us at work?
The vocabulary source lists 2 important words for people, colleague and manager.
Let's look at colleague. That is a slightly longer word. Colleague.
Yes, it is a bit formal. A colleague is a person you work with, your teammate.
Why don't we just say friend?
That is a good cultural question. In English, we separate friends and colleagues. A colleague is someone you work with. You might be friendly with them, but they are not necessarily your best friend.
That is a very helpful distinction. So how do we use it in a sentence?
My colleagues are friendly.
My colleagues are friendly. That is a nice thing to say.
It is. And the other person is the manager.
The boss.
Yes, the person who leads the team.
The example sentence says, my manager is very kind.
My manager is very kind. It is good to know these words. It helps you tell a little story about your day.
Speaking of the day, we have to mention money briefly. Everyone works for money, right?
True. It is the reason we go to work. The word for the regular money you get is salary.
Salary.
The example is, I get my salary every month.
Simple. I get my salary every month.
Now, a quick warning here. In many English-speaking cultures, it is rude to ask, how much is your salary?
Oh, good point. We don't ask about the specific number.
No. Keep it general. Just say you get a salary. Don't say how much, and don't ask how much.
Okay. We have covered a lot. We have the job, the place, the time, the people. But there is one more big question. And it is about feelings.
Feelings are important. The question is, do you like your job?
Do you like your job? This is where we can share our opinion.
Yes. And for beginners, we want to stay positive and keep it simple.
What are some good answers?
The easiest answer is, yes, I like my job.
Yes, I like my job. Very clear.
If you want to say more, you can use a descriptive word. You can say, my job is interesting.
Interesting. That's a great word. It means it is not boring. It keeps your brain active.
Right. Or you can say, it is fun.
It is fun. I hope everyone can say their job is fun.
Me too. But let's be realistic. Sometimes work is hard. Sometimes we have a lot to do.
That is true. What is the word for when we have too much work?
The word is busy.
Busy. B-U-S-Y.
Yes. The definition is simply having a lot of work.
So the sentence is, I am very busy today.
I am very busy today. This is a very, very common answer. In fact, if you ask someone, how are you? They often just say, busy.
It is almost the standard answer. Busy, busy, busy.
It is a useful word. It explains why you might look tired.
And you know, our source has a little joke here. It says we can use light humor when we talk about work.
Yes. Humor is good. It makes the conversation friendly. It relaxes everyone.
The example is, sometimes I drink too much coffee at work.
That is a good one. It is true for many people. I drink too much coffee.
It is simple, but it makes people smile. And that is important. When you smile, you relax. And when you relax, you speak better English.
That is very true. Connecting with people is the goal. It is not about perfect grammar. It is about connection.
Okay. We have all the pieces now. We have the vocabulary, we have the questions, we have the answers.
Now we need to put it all together.
Yes. Let's do a role play, a mini dialogue.
Good idea. Let's pretend we are 2 friends meeting at a coffee shop. I will be the guest. You be the host.
Okay. I will start. Hi. Nice to meet you. What do you do?
I'm a teacher. Where do you work?
I work in an office. It is a big company.
Do you like your job?
Yes, I like my job, but I am busy.
That was great.
That felt really natural, and we used all the simple sentences we learned today.
Notice what we did there. We gave short answers. I'm a teacher. We didn't explain everything. We kept it simple.
And we used pauses. We didn't rush.
Yes. Pauses are very good. They give you time to think, and they help the listener understand you.
I work in an office. Pause. It is a big company.
Exactly. Breaking it down makes it easy.
And I noticed you asked me a question back. I asked, what do you do? And you answered, and then you immediately asked, where do you work?
Yes. That is how a conversation works.
Yep.
It is like a tennis match. I hit the ball to you, you hit it back to me.
It keeps the chat going. If you just answer and stop, the conversation dies.
Right. So if someone asks you, what do? You answer. And then you can ask, And you.
And you. That is a really powerful little phrase.
It is the best phrase for conversation. It shows you care about the other person.
So let's recap what we learned today. We covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
We did. We learned 3 main things.
What is the first thing?
First, we learned how to say your job. The formula is, I am a, or better yet, I'm a K.
I'm a teacher. I'm a doctor.
Second, we learned how to say your place. The formula is, I work at, or I work in.
I work in an office. I work at a school.
And third, we learn how to share feelings.
Mm.
I like my job. It is interesting. Or the very useful, I am busy.
And perhaps most importantly, we learned that it is okay to make mistakes.
Yes, please remember that. Mistakes are okay. Our source emphasizes this strongly. Don't worry about being perfect, just try.
Let's try together. That is the spirit. Speaking a new language is brave. Every time you say, I'm a bae, you are doing a great job.
I agree completely. Now, before we go, we always like to leave you with a thought, something to think about after the deep dive ends.
Yes. This is a little homework for you, but it is easy homework.
It is fun homework.
What should they do?
Now, think about your job. Or if you don't have a job right now, think about your dream job and answer the question, what do you do?
Say it out loud, right now or when you are alone.
I work at.
Practice those 2 sentences. Make them yours. Say them in the mirror.
Once you know those 2 sentences, you are ready to meet new people. You have the tools.
That is a great place to start. Thank you for listening to this deep dive. We hope you feel more confident.
Yes, you can do it.
We will be back with more topics soon, but for now, keep practicing and have a great day at work.
See you next time.